Hello again, whiskey friends. Thanks for joining everybody for another Whiskey Wednesday. And this just isn't just any Whiskey Wednesday. This is the kickoff of our Whiskey Friend Tournament for 2023. This is where we put all of our favorite whiskeys blind against each other in a bracketed tournament. And we don't even know what we're drinking today because we went the extra mile and not only blinded the 4 samples in this blind, we blinded all legs of the tournament itself. In addition, we have a very special guest. We have Scott from My Bourbon Journey to be one of the guest judges on this flight to help us determine today's winner. And we'll be going through this tournament over the next 5 weeks. So stay tuned, and eventually there will be only one winner for us to crown the champion of 2023. So thank you for joining us today, whiskey friends. Let's kick off the show. All right. Well, we got 31 people in here so far. We will be saying hi in just a moment. But I will say, I might be just extra excited tonight to do this blind flight, kick this thing off. We have been putting this together for almost 2 months, it feels like. And in addition to that, this is our favorite whiskeys of 2023. And I feel like I wasn't drinking some of my favorites of 2023 just to make sure I had enough ounces to supply in this tournament. So a lot of these I haven't had a drink of since the review because I've been holding back. There's no holding back tonight. Let's get into these samples. And let's bring in Kelsey. Kelsey, what are you most excited about tonight?
I'm getting to drink new bottles. That's what I'm excited about. No, I'm really excited to see totally blind. Like, if we can just get ourselves to say what we like versus trying to figure out what stuff is, that will be the key for me. Like, I really have a hard time turning my brain off trying to figure things out and just say, what do I like the best? What stands out to me? So that'll be interesting.
You know what? I was thinking about that today too, Kelsey, and I was like, man, how long is it going to take before Darrell starts trying to bottle guess these? I'm guessing the first sniff that he takes, he's going to be like, I know what bracket we're doing. This is this bottle. Let's bring Darrell in to defend himself.
There's no defending, dude, man. You're spot on. Like, it's so hard for me to do that. It's just in the back of my head. Like, the only way for me not to do it is for you to get rid of that slide down there so I can't even peek at it. But knowing me, I would go to my phone and access it anyway. But yeah, man, it's going to be going in the back of my head. But ultimately, I'll be definitely pulling the best one forward. But I know I'm going to be trying to figure out what bracket we're in and what we're tasting. It's just going to be in the back of the head a little bit, but it's completely blind. So we shall see.
Well, let's introduce our special guest here. Now, Scott, we were talking backstage, and Scott at first was like, all right, what blind game are we doing? And we're like, there's no blind game. We just got to say what we like. And he perked up. He had this huge smile on his face. Scott is ready to go. Let's bring in Scott.
Best dream ever. Best blind I've ever done in my entire life. I don't guess anything. I just get to tell you what I like. Perfect. This is the best. This is the best. Thanks for having me on. I was super excited before I was sitting there thinking, my God, I'm gonna have to make a complete what of myself again and blow this whole thing out. But I don't even have the opportunity to do that tonight. So thank you very much for including me in one of those.
Absolutely. You were my first choice. We were talking about that backstage when we were doing this, and they were like, who should we ask? And I was like, we've got to get Scott. We got to get Hawk on the first week.
I'm not sure if I should take that as a compliment or if this is out of pure pity, as far as just get this bozo on here and let him just tell you.
We always have a blast hanging out, man.
Fun. I think you were one of the original guests, one of the first guest that we brought on, I believe.
Absolutely.
He was. It's been almost a year to the week. Because the last time you were on.
Oh, All right. Hey, time flies when you're having fun.
We played a game of 21 questions. That was pretty fun too. We haven't done that again since.
I think that was the one I had negative points. I think I missed all the questions and ended up with negative points. I'm pretty sure. I remember that.
No, it was the one where we were working as a team, and you, Kelsey, and Darrell had 21 questions to figure it out. And everyone in chat just kept yelling at you guys, like, stop asking these questions. Just ask if it's a bourbon. Ask if it's a rye. You guys just like kept going off.
The
like,
first sample took like 25 minutes. The first sample was like 25 minutes, and they're all like, oh my God, just go on to ask the
question. Oh my God. That's that. Like Kelsey said, like right away, you get in your head and you go through all of these like scenarios of what these are, what they could be. And that's the problem with these blinds for me anyway. But Duddy said I get a 10-point lead tonight. Perfect. Perfect.
Let's say hi to some people here, and then we'll set up the tournament, let people know what we're doing for super chats, and then let's kick this thing off. Kelsey, why don't you take over, say hi to some people?
All right. I know Norseman was in here first for a change. Cheers, Jason. I hope you're doing well. I had a little eye issue this week, so I hope you're feeling better, buddy. Top Dog is in here. Everyone hit the like button on your way in. Grab a pour and sit back and enjoy the show. Thanks, Top Dog. This guy shows up. I don't know who he is, but
that guy.
JSL's cheers, buddy. Our favorite Turk, Katie, is in here. Roy R. is in here. Marty, who always starts the party, is in here. Cheers to you, Marty. Slapshot, good to see you in here, man. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. There's our friend Ethan. If you guys haven't checked out Drifting Drams and their coffee, make sure you do so, because let me just tell you, they're putting out some good coffee right now.
That they are.
Mm-hmm.
So Tony, Bag of Donuts is in here. Rummaging through some samples y'all sent me over to last year. Excited to pour the Navia bottle once we get going. That sounds like a plan. Shauna Marie, cheers to you. Good to see you in here again, friend. Joe, the sample guy, is in here. Tim Cornet. GT Mustang. And then our executive producer, I'm sure, is doing dad jokes.
Give me 2 seconds.
Anyway, I'm not even going to tell that one. Mark B is in here, the luckiest man alive. I'm still waiting to hear if he has bought a freaking lottery ticket. Mark, you need to be going buying that lottery ticket, bro. You are the luckiest guy I've ever met.
He was winning on Monday on Dusty Dance, dude.
I'm telling you, dude. That dude, I'm taking him to the casino when I go. Ben Drammond is in the house. Cheers to you. Our buddy Chris at Foregate. Cheers.
What's up, Chris?
To you, Chris. Big League
Bourbon.
Bourbon.
Hey, buddy.
Foregate man himself. Dude, Chris, I have to say, I can't wait for the brandy finished one that you guys are about to release comes out, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be killer. JG is in the house. Gandy Road. Let's see who else. Sugar Kitty is in here. We're getting close. Pinch Hitter Whiskey Lounge. Cheers to you. So Scott was trying to advertise the line stream. Now, here's what I don't know. If that's actually what Scott typed, because he's done things like that before and sent out things like, never mind. Scott, you know what I'm talking about.
There's way too many of them for you to even address, Chelsea.
Henry Turner, cheers to you, buddy, my Arkansas friend, and the Florida man himself, Cheech Ardolino. Cheers to you and Jen, buddy. I saw pictures of the cookie dough, and I almost got in my car and started driving, brother. Man, I miss those cookies.
So do I.
Yen Dad 23. Cheers, bud. Good to see you in here. Lance, cheers to you, my friend.
What's up, brother?
Dunny is in here. Cheers, Dunny.
What's up, Dunny?
Ryan is in here. Copper Wolf. Cheers to you, buddy.
Hey, Ryan.
Spirited Life. Mark Vasco. Cheers to you. Make sure you guys check out Spirited Life as well. Adam, good to see you in here, my friend. Adam Henson.
What's up, brother?
We're getting close. Steve Burkow. I think that's how you say it.
That is it.
Dustin, cheers to you, buddy. And are you slammered?
People in.
Love that. Love that, man. That's the best. That's the best handle I've heard in a long time. That's awesome.
OH was right
Miracle
above his,
Martinez. Cheers. Jay is in the house. Cheers to you, man. We were just talking about you. Hopefully,
I don't even need any luck tonight. I found out just a little while ago. I don't even need any luck at all. That's awesome.
Let's see. While I'm on Jason's, make sure you guys tune in tonight. He is doing some awesome thing called Off the Steel, where he's interviewing I guess he's kind of like the barrel person at Jack Daniels, but he's more than that. I can't remember his official title, but it's along those type of lines. And trust me, you're going to want to watch and nerd out over what he's going to be talking to him about. Pretty interesting stuff. Dana, cheers to you. Good to see you, the better half in here.
Yeah.
Callie Drams is in here. I think that's Jake.
Hey, Jake.
If I remember right.
That is Jake.
Cool running. Cheers to you, Nick Merkison. I already pronounced it. Sorry if I mispronounced it,
Welcome, buddy.
Good to see you in here. And I think
All right.
Peter B and Paul P.
All right.
All right.
We got 68 people in here. Let me do a little preview of what we're about to do. But we don't even entirely know, I guess.
No.
But we do have a Whiskey Friend tournament stacked up of our favorite pours in 2023. We drafted these live, NFL style, about 2 months ago, set this whole thing up blind, and even randomized the North, East, West, and South brackets. So we don't know what bracket we are tasting at the moment as we go through this. So make it a little double blind there. Now, thus far, we do have 21 patrons who entered our Pick'em Challenge. So just like the NCAA tournament, they went into my Google form and picked who they think is going to win each bracket, who they think would be in the Final Four then, and then among the Final Four, who they think will go all the way. The winner of that tournament is not only going to get samples of the Final Four pours, they are also going to get a bottle of our first barrel pick here, which was a Blue Note barrel pick that we did last year. Kelsey and the Turks found a very special short barrel, and Kelsey threw up a bottle to the winner.
It was 30 bottles total for that barrel. It was like super uber short. So
Wow.
So any patrons, if this is news to you, you got to go onto Patreon and find the form. You have until the reveal tonight to enter, and then I got to lock it down. So there's only a little bit of time. 21 had joined it so far. And if you're interested in joining our Patreon and getting on these games, link is in the descriptions. We appreciate all the love and support.
And our good friends over at, I'm going to call them Dripping Drams, have decided to do the super chats tonight for us. Jeff is going to give away a bottle. I'm going to give away a bottle. And Darrell is going to give away a bottle. And the Hawkman himself is going to do a special flight of Lucky 7 pours. So I think he has 4, 5, 6 of those that he's going to offer up as well.
Yeah.
For a person to win tonight. Super chats every $5 will get you entered. Jeff's giving an Old Scout rye. I'm giving away an Old Kirk 6-year, 9-month, basically a Willet purple top. That's the Old Scout bottle if it'll focus on his bottle.
It's that sign. He's leaning and lean. We'll figure it out one day.
And then I'm giving an Old Kirk bottle away. Darrell's giving away a copper and cask.
It's a 7-year MGP pick. Lightens a little bad over here, but this thing is actually really, really good. Really good.
Some really good bottles and the flight from the Hawkster himself. So it should be a fun time. So make sure you get your super chats in. And we haven't done a full bottle giveaway in a while. So you guys make sure you don't miss out on this one. There's some good bottles up.
Maybe I'll even throw, maybe included in mine. I'll throw in. I was just rearranging some stuff today, and I have the original bottles from Bardstown Bourbon Company of their Kelvin or their collaboration stuff. Hang on.
Oh, it's like the square looking one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
geez.
wow. Oh
So
wow. Yeah,
I've
gosh.
got both of those, so I'll throw that in too.
Jeez, man. You better get in on this stuff, man. This is gonna be
All right.
exciting. Gary's in. The
He's
Worst
so
Urban
mean.
Channel is in himself. If you guys haven't checked that out and need a laugh for the day, make sure you go check his out, man. Every time I watch it, I crack up laughing.
He is so funny.
So Henry Turner's in, JG is in, Marty is in. All right, let's go.
So yeah,
He's coming on later, Marty. He's coming on. Just stay tuned. Okay?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
oh man, I'm
All right.
excited.
All right, guys. Well, I think it's time.
Let's
Ready to
do it.
dive
Go
in?
through the flight. Let's start
Rock
with
and roll.
A.
I'm gonna try
We're
to.
only going to
Turn off.
nose. So we want a ranking of the nose before we taste anything, just in case we need a tiebreaker.
What about as far as like rankings? What about a scale so that we have an even scale, like 1 through 5? No.
One,
First,
yep,
second, third, fourth.
rank them 1 through 4.
Okay, not like a ranking. Which one we just prefer of the most? Okay, gotcha.
That's it.
Man,
We're going
I was
old
trying to
school.
overcomplicate this. It's even simpler than I was
Yeah.
at it.
We're trying to simplify this thing. Don't overcomplicate it. I
Thrasher
even
is
had to make an Excel spreadsheet. That way I could do math later too.
That way he wouldn't have a twitch whenever he tried to do math.
Oh,
Paul P
Yeah,
is
Paul
in
P's
for 4. Cheers to you, Paul. Let's see if the lucky man alive. Yes, he's in for 4. Ben Drammond is in. Cheers, buddy. Thank you guys so much. This nose on this one is really nice. I can tell you right now, it's not the first bracket because none of
Look at you already guessing.
them are dark
Right?
enough to have the double oaked in it.
Darrell, your redemption right there, man. You weren't the first one to do it. It was him.
but hang on a second. But are we actually like, so of the bracket, which I'm actually looking at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are these in that particular order?
We don't
No.
know what we're drinking.
We don't know what.
So-
only thing you'll know is the bracket, or not the bracket, whatever East West Coast. Those 4 samples could be in here, but you don't know what order they would be.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we could be drinking the north, the south, the east, or the west, and then it would be
Okay.
the 4 samples in the bracket.
Fair
But only
enough,
one
fair
can emerge.
Okay.
Man, this
Smells
nose is
damn
lovely
good.
on A though.
It smells
Yeah, it is.
I'm getting like a good cherry note.
Yeah, for sure. Really nice kind of heavy fruit notes.
Yes, it's really bright and forward as well. I like
Get a
that a
decent
lot.
amount of
Man.
oak. This definitely has a little bit of age to it. It's a nice oak influence on it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Keith is
Bit of
in.
honey on that
Toshi
too, man. Man,
Oh.
that is
Oh,
strong start, guys. I don't
Yep.
think we could have gone wrong either way though, no matter what our first pour was.
oof.
No, if the palate matches the nose, this is gonna be a nice little bourbon right here.
Oh yeah.
We do have Toshi Bay coming on the channel soon, so everybody that hasn't been
Next
able
week.
to see or meet Toshi will be able to do so soon. So excited to have-
Spoilers, Kelsey.
I know,
Spoilers.
spoiler. They'll forget by
Well,
the
next-
time it's on.
Next week we'll have Toshi on. I already got that all going. Hand delivery is on the way.
Just taking a little bit of notes so I kind of remember, but this smells.
Thank you,
lovely.
Dana, for the hand deliveries.
Man, this kind of like, I was just like looking at the bracket. This is kind of coming across a little bit as a Nash Tucky kind of thing, a little bit.
Ah.
You all can't help but try to guess, but that was my exact
man, I
thought, too.
just-
When
I
as
can't
soon as
help
I
it.
got
I
that
can't
cherry
help it.
note, I was like, "There's no Buffalo Trace in here." Oh, maybe there is.
What bracket is the Nash Tucky in? I
Oh,
can't pull this
stop
up.
looking.
Now.
Oh,
Stop. You're ruining it.
I can't see it. It's too small on
Oh
the
my
slide
gosh.
here. So
All right.
Oh my gosh, B is fabulous.
Hey,
too.
I've
You guys
been
did that
trying
with
to, Troy. I've been trying to get him on the channel since we started.
Yes.
I would love for Richie to come on anytime. Richie, you're available, even if it's just for 2 minutes to pop on. Let us know. You're welcome anytime. So,
Man, that's nice.
Ah, thank you, Brennan. We appreciate
Thank
that.
you,
Your first
Brennan.
super chat.
Roy R is in. Of course, Ryan is in. Look at that. Cheers. Thank you, Ryan, so much.
Oh,
Cheers, buddy.
50.
Awesome.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Ryan.
Boy,
Oh my God.
there's a nice little hint of we can try this though now, right?
Nope, we're gonna know all of them.
Only
Oh,
smell. And
Okay.
we're gonna rank based off the nose in case we have a tie. So the nose will
Okay,
be the
gotcha.
tiebreaker.
All right. I don't have a rank because that's the first
So,
one.
Yep. So we can move on to B here. Oh
Yeah.
man.
So B comes across for me like
Man,
a
that
little
is
bit
like
more
a
crafty
eight.
on the nose than the first one. The first one seemed more like conventional, like just deep, rich,
Man, that
like oaky bourbon. But this still smells really good too.
2 is sweet, man. That is like a lot of like vanilla, like frosting. That's like immediate coming off of 1.
It's like sweet and like citrusy.
Yeah.
I'm with
Yeah,
you.
definitely
Right.
definitely some citrus notes.
It's like a fruit tart to me, man. It's got that balance between being sweet
Yeah.
and
Ooh,
a
that's
little-
a good
little
call
tart.
out.
I wonder if this is a rye or not. It's like
Ah,
so tangy on like the
It could.
and then it makes
It
me
could
think
be.
rye before
It could
tasting it.
be.
It feels like if it was a rye, like this is one of those like low, like kind of like an almost bourbon type of thing. Like it's not coming across as super rye.
We don't have many ryes in the bracket
Thanks, Peachy
too.
Mustang.
All right.
Wait till you smell 3. Holy cow! You
Oh,
talk
gee,
about
you're already on 3.
frosting. Oh my gosh!
All right, you're already on 3.
I'm digging that.
Oh man, that's got to be rye, man. That's a lot of mint. There is a lot of something on that. That's funky.
Oh, that I think I think I know what this is.
Stop, Rail.
I think I know what this is too.
It's
Darrell.
gotta be what I think it
It's
is.
hard to hide it.
That's funky, man. That's not a familiar thing for me. Honestly, like my very first thought, it smells like it's a little bit of like it's so funky. It's like a barrel seagrass type of thing or something very funky about this.
I know.
Is
Pretty
barrel
certain I know what this is now. So
Come on.
if I know what this is, I know what B is.
We are
We'll
probably
see.
losing that
Maybe
one.
the nose is throwing me for a loop.
So you
But
guys
yeah,
you guys are at a slight advantage because you already have these profiles. Like you gotta have a little idea.
Yeah.
A little bit. But yeah, this one,
Oh, man,
I mean, it does almost come off finished, especially coming
yeah,
off.
I was just gonna say, like it almost feels like a brandy or like some kind of finish like that. There's something that's sweet like that.
Like an apple brandy finish.
I was just gonna say like an apple brandy.
It's got that fried dough note to it though as well too. It's kind of
Yeah, I
got
can
the
see that.
pastry type of note as well.
Yeah. It feels like those candied like red apples a little bit too. There's something that's got that kind of not clove, but cinnamon and nutmeg, and it's very, very fall-ish.
D gets sweeter too. D's like almost like candy, like Jolly Rancher up front to me.
Whoo! Go back to B. It smells like straight up dill now. That's crazy.
Really?
Oh yeah, that is weird. I don't know if that's power of suggestion or not, but when you go back to it, man, 2 is a little more dilly.
Yeah, it's
that
it's
transforms.
straight up dill.
That's weird. All right, well. Man, this is kind of tough, man. Nose.
I'm having issues getting anything off of D. That's interesting.
Really?
Take a second. Trying to get my
It is
nose
more
back
muted
here.
than the others as far as the nose
Yeah.
is concerned.
Yeah.
But
Peaches and pound cake, maybe?
It's like actually it wasn't Jolly Rancher for me. It's Nowalator. Freaking on the
ooh,
nose.
that's a good call out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going
I thought about
Cherry Nowalator. Or the
See,
short cherry
more
one.
artificial. Man.
4 definitely feels like when you said that like peachy note, like there's a lot of that citrus. It's coming across as very like MGP-ish kind of a little bit for me.
Let me see.
I think I've got my rankings.
Oh yeah, she's okay.
Yeah.
I think I got
really
mine
like
too.
That note.
So Kelsey, since you're ready, why don't you start us off here?
I'm gonna go with C and then D, B, and A.
Really?
Oh,
All right.
A's last for you?
Uh,
Holy crap.
Really?
Is A first or last?
A is
Just to be clear.
last.
Wow.
Oh man.
Really?
Wow.
That's my first as well.
Ooh, that's my first too.
I'm deciding
Wow.
between C and D for second.
I'll kick us off here, but I'm going to go A as my first, B as my second, D as my third, and then C as my least favorite.
I like C a lot.
So I gotta
Just
go.
because it's so
A,
different.
It
Yeah.
does stick out. I can't wait to taste it blind. I guess
A,
these.
B.
I will say that A comes across more like an apple pie now than it did before. Like the filling of an apple pie. Like those the stewed
Yeah.
apples and cinnamon and a little bit of pie crust, maybe.
I don't know what the fuck D is.
It's interesting how much these are changing when you start
Yeah.
putting them against each other.
Dude,
Yeah.
A smells freaking fantastic. That's just like
Yeah.
everything I want typically in a bourbon.
Yeah.
Like good age, nice oak,
I
vanilla.
agree. Yeah.
Just, this is this is definitely not finished. It's like literally as conventional as they come for bourbon. Like this is
Yeah. Yeah, really the struggle is B, C, and D, trying to figure out like those noses, like how you want to kind of dissect
Yeah.
those. But
Go back to Travis is in here. Thank you, Travis, for that.
Hey,
Go
thanks,
back to
Travis.
D real fast and see if you guys are getting a licorice note at all.
on which one?
On D, as in dog.
Man, I'm struggling with D.
I just get like that citrusy, like freaking cherry now and later. Like it's
I get that
now
too.
it's more citrus up
getting
front,
like
like tangerine.
I don't know if it's muted because like B and C seem to have more going on. Like it's muting D a little bit. Like I'm struggling to get like a lot off of D, but
I was kind of in that boat too.
because it's probably because I'm not used to the D being close to my nose like this. I was waiting for somebody. I'm like, thank you, Kelsey. Thank you, Kelsey. Jeez. All right, I've got my ranking if you want it.
You know, it didn't even hit me what he said until he like looked up and he smirked, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
What was your ranking, Scott?
I'm gonna go like from my favorite to my least.
Okay.
I'm gonna go A, C as in cat, B as in boy, D as in dog.
Gotcha.
Okay.
What were you, Jeff? You said A first as well.
A, B, D, C.
B, D, C.
Okay.
Though I am regretting maybe the flip flop on the C and the D, but I'll stick to it.
Yeah, I'm at DC.
I think
for mine
I
too.
think at the last glass is going to surprise us on the palate and the nose after we start tasting through some of these.
Well, I know none of them are bad, so they're all going to be pleasant surprises. Good. A's just sticking to the glass. It like created a halo on my
Yeah,
glass.
A just really feels like, man, it's just a nice bourbon that you want to drink.
Yeah.
You know? And then like really B, C, and D are kind of like, you know, what are you really in the mood for? What kind of that finish, you know, feels like something you want.
Oh man, I just
Man,
love that.
Haven't
steam.
had anything to drink yet, and here I am spilling whiskey. You know, party
Uh-oh.
time,
No.
man.
So
I lost
84
that.
people in here tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, make sure Patreon members, if you haven't submitted your brackets for who's going to win this tournament, get that done before we reveal tonight, because that'll be your last chance to get in on that. Like I said, the winner will get the top 4 pours, as well as a bottle of our first pick Blue Note Super Short Barrel. It's really good. Really, really good bottle. So, Tim Cornet, thank you so much, man.
We ready to drink? I know I am.
think. Wait, Darrell, what was your order? Say that one more
I
time.
had A, B, D, C, Alpha, Bravo, Delta, Charlie.
Okay. All right.
Scott, this is you. I guess your wife is rubbing off on you.
Why is that?
I keep getting confused. Is Hawk saying about glass A or just saying A, beauty, A?
Yeah. Paul, that guy, I'll tell you, if he's good at one thing, it's busting my you know what. That's for sure. I'll give him that.
I did this week, Hawk. There's one of my customers, my customer rep for,
Yeah.
is from like really northern Wisconsin, and I really felt like I was talking to your wife the whole time.
What do you know where he was from in Wisconsin? By
So it
Where?
was her.
Oh,
Yeah.
her. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't
where was he
remember what part of Wisconsin. She just said
Oh.
really northern Wisconsin. And I was like, well, you sound like Julie's doppelganger. And Swiss doppelganger.
That's funny.
Oh,
We ready to dive in?
All right.
these smell good
Cheers,
too.
Mark.
Mark is in for 2 more. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
All right,
You guys don't stand a chance now. Mark's got that many entries.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
All right,
cheers,
are we-
fellas. Let's get
All right,
drinking.
let's do it.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
All right.
All right, I'm interested.
Cheers, Maureen. Good to
Hell
see you in here.
A is lovely.
It is very good.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
Huh.
Yeah, good mouthfeel, creamy, a lot of traditional notes, nice spice on the finish. Nice long finish on it.
Got a lot of oak on the finish that I wasn't expecting off of the nose.
Lot of oak.
Yeah, I got a good amount of the oak on the nose too. It does transition over to the palate. So finish hit me, then now that I'm like talking about it, like I don't really have much of it lingering in my mouth, which is surprising because there was a lot of flavor, like the whole palate, front, mid, and at the end.
Have you had more than one sip of it?
No,
Yeah, get another-
I'm going to
get
take
another
the
sip in
second
there.
sip now.
Get another sip, yeah.
Yeah, that oak lingers. It almost comes across even as a chocolate to me. A darker chocolate.
Got a little bit more spice the second sip too.
Mm-hmm. It's that cinnamon that Scott was saying on the nose. Kind of, it does come through.
It comes across too, like if I'm just, like, I don't know what this is, guys. To be honest with you, I really don't. But it comes across to me, and I don't typically like Four Roses, but this has more of that Four Roses type of vibe on the palate to me. Not necessarily the nose, but the palate to me comes across that way.
Yeah, the only Four Roses we have in there is that 135th, and that
is way different. That's a way different Four Roses profile.
Yeah, and I just had that the other night, and man, that was really soft. Like it's really very velvety. This doesn't feel quite like that, I don't think.
This I want to bring up the damn bracket, but I can't.
Don't do it.
No, I'm not. I'm on full screen. I can't even see what's down there. Well, not full screen, but the whole, all of us full. Like it reminds me of, like I thought like quick MGP at first, but drinking it now kind of reminds me of Heaven Hill slightly, but not like, I don't even, what do we have? We have easy. It's not C923. I know that.
No.
No.
That just hits me way different.
What about the B? What about the B batch?
Did we put the B batch in?
No, we put the C batch and the Y batch in.
This wouldn't be. See, I only had that sip of the Y. I can't even remember that, but yeah, you guys will probably know more on that.
I don't think it has enough proof to be the Y batch either. So
the Y batch is the fill your own bottle batch. Scott, that we did at the distillery.
Okay.
Kelsey and I have a bottle of it.
Unfortunately, Darrell had a mishap with the bottle and dropped it right as we got back to the B&B that night. It was sad. And
Just
then
shattered.
Sam forgot to paraffin his before he packed it in his bag, and it exploded in his bag.
I was gonna say, in full transparency, did you touch your tongue on the ground a little bit or once?
I was tempted. I left a trail because I picked up the leaking bag and brought it all the way to the hotel room. So the elevator smelled like Elijah Craig. There was a trail running all the way up into the house. It was a sad night.
That's horrible. Let me ask you guys this: with is anyone getting a little hint of like a pine at all? Is there a little bit of a pine note? I'm getting this like herbal kind of note a little bit. I'm trying to figure out what gives me that little. And I don't know if it's the oak. I don't know if it's like if there's some older oak.
I think it's the barrel char and the tannins.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like, honestly, could this be the Michter's?
No,
I
No,
don't think so.
no.
that thing just drinks way too elegant for me.
Oh, okay, all right.
For that to be it, like this, like I'm telling, I'm like Heaven Hill,
If that's Michter's, I'm going to be
but
pissed.
I don't think
I'm
it's
gonna be
Elijah
so
Craig,
pissed.
and the only other one's like Larceny in there, which
Yeah,
it could be the B5. Oh no, it can't be that because I sent you that, so it's
It
definitely
can't
not
be that one. We know
it's
that one's
definitely
not in the
Larceny.
mix quite yet.
definitely not
Yep.
the C.
Yeah, I don't know, and it's not the C. I have a better idea. Maybe once we drink through it, I can maybe pinpoint one of them to kind of know
I'm
what.
going
brand
to
it
be.
is,
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
All right,
Let's
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
be all right.
It's gonna
Okay.
be.
but actually, let me rinse out just a little
Cheers.
bit. But that was good though.
Oh man, B's nose is popping all of a sudden. Wow.
Yeah. See, now, like when you don't smell the other ones and you come back to B, that dill is gone.
Yeah.
Right?
If you smell it just on its own, the dill is gone on this thing.
Like I was certain it was a rye, and now off the nose, I'm not sure. I guess I'll go to the palate here in just a minute, but now it's tricking my nose.
I just had a great idea for a
Oh,
Matt.
whoa!
Scott, it's all up to you, buddy. You said the dill is gone.
Oh.
That's going to be the
I
title.
know.
It's going to be to The Thrill Is Gone by BB King.
I know
The
what
dill
this
is gone.
Yeah, we're going to do The Dill Is
I know
Gone.
exactly what this
The dill
is.
is gone.
That's interesting because this is not what I thought it was whatsoever on the nose.
No, right? What
I'm
the heck
pretty
happened to this
certain-
nose?
I'm pretty certain I know what it is by the palate. Holy
I am
man,
really
that's
thrown off now.
weird. What the heck, dude? Like I'm gonna have to
This
probably.
just goes to show you guys that even though that we have an idea
It's still
possibly
way
of
off.
what these are, when we drink them in certain orders, it could be so different
Yeah.
than what you taste just by themselves.
Man, that's interesting, but
Like I talked about that last time, last year. Like as much as I loved Houdini, I was like, oh, there's no way I'm not going to know what bottle that is. And like we'd even do it super blind like this, Scott. Like we knew which samples were in it, but we randomized them ourselves. You know, so we didn't know the order. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll be able to pick out Houdini. Yeah, right. I couldn't pick shit out. You know what I mean? Even know what pour we're drinking.
yeah.
You know, but this right here does remind me of something that I really think I know what it is, but we'll see. But it's hard, man.
I'm going to C because I can't get over the nose to C.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to try C. Oh my gosh, B is fabulous. That age on B did not come through on the nose on first glance. What the
No,
heck?
I mean that does. I mean, it does feel like a slightly older bourbon. I don't think it's rye. Do you?
No,
No,
I
not
thought rye on the
anymore. I was
nose and-
convinced on the
It
first
was
one.
it was
Yeah.
crazy how much dill notes were on that after smelling everything and going back to it. Like I can't even tell you guys how drastic it was. So
I had sweet and
I'm
citrus,
flabbergasted by this.
rye-ish. Like I literally threw rye in there on the nose, but on the palate is the furthest from that.
yes, everybody's pours.
Yes, JG. Yeah, everyone's pours are in the same order, all blind. So we can only speculate. The only clue I think we have on where we are in the bracket, though I'm purposely not looking at the bracket, is pour C. Pour C is so distinctive.
Look at Scott's face on B. I don't know if he likes it. It's Jeff's interesting face.
It is, man. I'm going through a lot of. I have a lot of feelings right now. I have a lot of feelings I'm working through. So, a lot of feelings.
Oh, was definitely my interesting face, but don't interpret that as the usual interesting face.
It just.
I mean, gosh.
Everybody says
we said it was a rye the first glance. We then convinced ourselves about the dill on the second glance on the nose, and then we tasted it, and it's like, what?
Yeah, it's everybody always says this. Jason always says it. Until you blind something and you put it in a particular order, you truly don't know how things are either going to stand up or stand out with what you put with it. So it's really, really different for sure.
Man.
Yeah, the only thing with this, C is so, like you said, so distinct that it makes me know what I know what it is. I just don't know what's in that bracket.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cheers.
I think I actually know what CMB is.
I'm interested to hear Scott's thoughts on C. I don't know if he's had it before. If we did, what do you
Man,
think it is?
C is coming across as like very citrus. Like it's very like for me, it's very citrus forward.
Man,
like it feels like a lot of orange. And oftentimes for me, without there being a finish, when you get something that's like that, you can get those like crazy like MGP kind of things. I don't know if that's what that is or not, but
like the best description that I can give is as if somebody made like a sugar cookie with orange zest in it and then put vanilla frosting on top of that.
For sure. It is very much that.
Man.
I'm trying to figure out like what is that? Like what is that?
Oh, it's so fabulous though too. And even on the back end, on the finish, I get almost like a limoncello even. Like it drifts
Yeah, I could see that. I was thinking when you said it, I was thinking there was something like a little bit of like an effervescence to it. Like there's something that's got this brightness to it.
Yeah. It finishes
good.
Yeah, that's gotta be
a little bitter for me. Are you guys getting that on the finish on C a little bit?
I don't know if I get better.
It's so
mid palate,
sweet.
not necessarily the finish, mid palate.
I think I know what you're talking about. I'm not sensitive to it.
Oh, it's so good.
But then it goes away.
It's almost like an oak Chardonnay type of a bitterness, I guess.
Yeah, and then it goes away. It's not long, but it sticks out and then it goes away.
Oh man. That's tough.
Really
like
good.
As much as I love B, I kind of like the experience of C over that, but I may like the flavor of B slightly more, which is kind of like tough.
It's
This is going to be hard to rank.
Hard. I mean,
This is going to be very, very difficult.
This is Kelsey's revenge. Kelsey's like, yeah, that's why it was my favorite nose, guys. Jeez. I'm going to get a rinse out
That's
after that.
crazy. And I put that as
good.
last for my nose.
Yeah, now it sticks out the most as we go through it.
Yeah.
It really does. Man, that sweetness just stays like right on your palate, like that just lingers there.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Cheers to 1090. Hey, Sam's in here too.
hey, Chickosaurus.
Dude,
Hey,
the
John's in
D
here
for me
too.
is like cake now. Oh my God.
Hey, Sam and John, I don't think I saw your names. Maybe I'm wrong, but there was 21 people before the stream that entered the Pick'em challenge. You have until we do our rankings to get in on there on Patreon. So
Make sure
you
get
have been
in.
warned.
You definitely want to get in on that. Lance says, I'll throw in a sample pack of EC C923 Blanton straight from the barrel, 4 Roses 2023 LE, 50 milliliters each if you guys allow. Heck yeah, man.
Dude, that's amazing, man.
That's
Thank
awesome,
you so
man.
much,
Thank
Lance.
you so much. That's awesome. This is what this channel's about, sharing great whiskey. So you'll get that written down, Jeff, or Katie and Ethan. I'm sure this is Todd, most likely, I would imagine, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Cheers to you, Todd. Guys, if you haven't already checked out their channel, obviously they're doing some amazing stuff. I love it because we're in the same music genre and age genre, so it's right up my alley. Thanks, Sam.
Man, 4 is weird, man. I can't figure out what the hell 4 is at all.
I'm digging this. Dude,
I'm telling you guys, like to me, the reason I went C and D 1 and 2 was because it's not that the other whiskeys weren't good. It's just that these two stood out to me as something more interesting on the nose. And I really feel like, to be honest with you, on the palates, they're a little bit more complex and interesting.
Oh my gosh. That is really good, Darrell.
So good.
Darrell, this is your 2023 Houdini. That's my call.
Yeah.
This would be the equivalence of it.
You guys think you know what this is?
I do.
I think so.
But what's
and his reaction makes me double down even more because he gets that reaction every time.
The thing is, I don't know what the 4th bottle is in that bracket, which would be A.
Stop trying to figure it out. Don't worry about
it.
it.
I don't know what A is. I don't know what A is. I just know.
Man, that is wonderful.
But you think you know what D is because this is not familiar to me at all.
I think I know B, C, and D.
No, here's the thing. It should be familiar to me, Scott, and it's not familiar to me. The reason it's not is I think is that the order that it went in. If this had been the first pour that we had, it would have been much easier for us to realize it. But being in this position, all of these have changed. Now, I tell you what I'm going to do as we go back. I'm going to go backwards from D through A when I taste them.
Yeah.
And see if I get any other insight as to what these might be or what is my favorite that way. Because this order is going to influence those taste buds.
The fruits and the finish on D, I just adore.
Is just,
yeah.
God,
let me ask you this: what, obviously, without saying or giving it away, is 4 like for you guys who think you know what it is? Is this something that's like a standard type of thing? Like it's weird. It's weird to me.
I think it's
Wait, I can't say that. I'll keep that a secret.
I think it's a single barrel version of something that's pretty common.
Really? Okay. All right.
What's interesting is that in this flight, it goes from like what person would love that's just getting into bourbon would really acquire in A and love about whiskey, right? And then it gets a little weirder as you go as you go through this flight as to like what sticks out and what stands out above the others. And it's not that any of these are bad whiskeys. There's just some that are more complex than others. Like it's interesting to me.
Dude, I'm loving that.
I'm loving it too, Darrell. I'm gonna go back through. The other thing that I think is going on here is that we got a battle of bourbons and ryes. I would say that.
Yeah. C threw me for a loop though, dude. Because no, B.
I got to go back to B.
Sure. Oh man.
B's the one I don't know what I feel about it yet on the palate. The other 3 really blew me away. B had qualities, but I don't know. Maybe it's disjointed in comparison to the other 3. I got to think it through.
If you guys are coming in late, check the ticker out at the bottom of the screen for super chat giveaways. Old Scout Rye bottles, by the way, not samples. Bottles of Old Scout Rye, 7-year copper cask. Old Kirk single barrel, 6 year, 9 months. And Scott is throwing in a killer flight of Lucky 7 and 2 of the very first bottles, I believe, that Bardstown put out. Correct, Scott?
Yeah, correct.
So,
yeah, that's epic.
Make sure you guys get in on that because, man, that's going to be a killer flight.
Oh man, my promotion got a few people in. Vasco's are in. Hey, Katie and Ethan are in. Dustin's in. Toshi's in. Jason's in. Shauna Marie D's in. So we've got 27 people on the bracket for the Pick'em challenge so far.
Nice.
All right.
MJ's in here. I missed you. Good to see you, MJ.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, man.
Gosh, B.
Yes.
B is a chameleon. I don't know what to do with B.
It keeps changing.
The nose is incredible now. The amount of oak on it and everything, like I'm blown away by it now. I don't know what to do.
It was the weirdest smelling one after smelling the others, and now it's like one of the better smelling. It's crazy.
The only thing for me, like, I'm digging pretty much everything about this whiskey. It just doesn't compete with the finishes of what it's ranked up with. Right? If we B, bravo. If we put this in with something that had similar proof points, I think it may be a standout. But as good as it is, I don't think it really stands out in this.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
You know when you keep saying that, what that makes me think of when people say that, because this is where this thing falls flat, like in blinds, is oftentimes like some of those like Four Roses and things like that. Like it feels like maybe this is like a really nice like Four Roses like on its own. Yeah. But it's getting like overshadowed by some of the other profiles of some of these other ones. That's in my mind a little bit.
Yeah, that's my thinking too. I'm in that boat. Like I don't know what bracket that bottle's in, but I think that maybe that.
Like that's kind of what it feels like a little bit.
I think I know what B is, and our original descriptions of it now, if I'm right, would be crazy for us to think it was a rye and to get those dill notes. If I'm right, that's so interesting.
That's the same thing I'm in, because I think I know what it is, and I wrote it in here. But yeah, up front it was like sweet citrus, and I put like rye-ish up front for like the nose, and palate was night and day different from that. But that's crazy. I'm gonna go back.
If you just had B, smell A. I just got that blast of cinnamon apple that Scott said off the top. Even after everything we said, it hit me in the face so hard.
I still love the nose of this. This is just
the smell and the taste feels like it's an older bourbon. Like it has that profile of an older bourbon, not just being tricked by oak. It feels like it's older. The one thing I'll say is like I don't think none of us feel like we've been getting blown away by proof at all. Like nothing feels overly proof. You know?
No, I don't think we have a whole lot of proofy ones in here anyway. But yeah, I think these are all around 107 to 18 at most. Something.
Yeah, I think the lowest proof we have is the Michter's at 94.
And the proof we have
the highest, I think, maybe the double oaked 13th Colony.
Yeah. Was that 136?
Yeah, something like that.
But these drink relatively fine. B drinks low, like low hundreds. The rest for me are around that like 120 range, it seems like.
Yeah, I am.
I forgot about
that. It'd be interesting if it was Beam Tack. That would get through Kelsey's Jim Beam radar.
That was a different beast though. As much as I have a sensitivity to Beam products, that one was on a different level. So
like one feels like it could be a little beamy, like an older like Knob Creek or something, like maybe a little bit.
Like if that's what Vic is referring to, it was a Knob Creek pick that is somewhere in the bracket.
Yeah. It's a 9-year pick, but it still tastes a lot older than what.
That's the one thing I say with like Knob Creek stuff is like I think a lot of us got so like fixed on the fact that we could get 13, 14, some 15-year-old Knob Creek picks that now when we see 9, 10, we're like, oh, we don't want those young ones. We're like, all right, let's pump the brakes here. Like 9 and 10 years old is not like young whiskey. It may be compared to what we had 2, 3, 4 years ago. But Knob Creek can still be some of the best bourbons that are out there.
Very true. Very
and
true.
I would take a Knob Creek pick over an Elijah Craig pick 9 out of 10 times. And it costs $30, takes $30 less.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna shut off. We're gonna shut off in 1 minute on. Man,
I gotta rank these things.
Yeah. And I think I got my ranking. Gonna be 5 winners tonight. So last chance to get on this super chat here. We're
three bottles and two flight giveaways. So a lot of stuff to get in on.
Big shout out to Scott and Lance for contributing to that.
Thank you guys very
amazing
much.
Flights.
I'm pretty certain I got my ranking. I'm just gonna go through.
This is really odd. This is really odd how this is lining up for me too. From the nose to the palate.
I am shocked at how I'm going to rank these.
Oh, man, dude,
I think I have my ranking as well, though.
I'm struggling between A and C for second, knowing what I'm pretty certain is B. Like it's probably my last, and I'm like, oh my god,
oh gosh, D.
I don't know what A is. It
D just has the most explosive palate of the 4 to me.
Oh, Doug H.
It just blooms. D just blooms.
Oh, D.
I love it.
D is.
That's awesome, Jay Sales. Thank you for doing that.
Oh, for Shauna too. Thank you, buddy.
So what did I say? C and A.
Oh, Doug H is in. Doug H, you're due for a win, buddy.
Yeah, it's been a while. Okay, I've got mine. Mine's super easy. Jeff, my rankings.
All right, so we'll get down everyone's rankings, then we'll do super chats, and then we'll do the reveal. We'll kind of.
Mine is easy. It's just backwards. DCBA.
DC.
Oh.
Dude, I'm like, I maybe
So D is number one?
Yes.
Oh man, DCBA. All right, interesting.
Yeah.
I will go D as my number one as well. I'm putting A as my 2.
A is 2.
A is really good. It's just
C
not
is 3. B is my least favorite.
You said B, Bravo.
Bravo is my least favorite.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've got mine.
B. What's yours, Scott?
Mine's A, C is in cat, D is in dog, B is in boy.
Oh wait, sorry. One more time.
A C D B.
D B.
A C D B.
From first to last,
All right.
correct?
Almost. I flipped the last 2.
I mean, but your order is from first to last.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. A's number 1, B's in last 2.
Yes. B's last for me.
All right.
Yep.
Darrell. This is the point in time where Darrell takes a timeout and has to go through them all again.
It's really tough. I mean,
I was just trying to debate. Like, I can easily flip flop C and A, but I'm just gonna probably squeak it. I'm probably gonna squeak it more for A because the nose is just so good. So I'm just gonna put nose and palate together to kind of sway me that way. But I'm gonna go D number 1, A, C, B.
So D.
So me and you, Jeff, got the same.
A. Yep. You and I are the same. I can mirror that. All right. We have a clear winner. There are no ties. So Ethan and Katie, I'll check my email if you can send that link over to me. I bet you have already.
Yeah.
And we are going to do.
It's weird because I really like B
tonight.
Yeah, I like B, but man, it's just not up to par with the other ones. But I like B.
Yeah, I think I know 3 out of 4. I don't know what A is in that bracket, but I think I know B, C, D on this.
E, man.
I think I'm gonna be like really surprised when I find out what these are.
You're gonna be.
Oh, look at this! Holy craps, Lance! Jeez, 4th sample of Stag Batch 15.
All bangers that he put in there too, man.
Jeez Louise,
That is an awesome.
Lance is a good man.
Flight, Lance.
We got to meet Lance and his family at our event in Baltimore this year. So good,
nice.
good guy.
Yeah, he's local. He's not far, man. So I got to try to set something up. He's literally the next state over for me. Probably about an hour, if that.
Well, let's get our 5 winners going here.
Do I have this right?
Whew. Okay,
lots of entries tonight.
Lots of entries. They've already randomized it for me. That will not stop me from hitting that randomize button. I do love how they were making fun of me all Monday night because Dan kept hitting the randomize button. They're like, "Stop doing it, Jeff." All right. Well, I'm gonna hit a couple more times. Which one should we do first, guys? What do you think?
Do yours.
Gosh,
do yours.
Rye?
Yeah, do the rye.
So we're gonna do a bottle. This is a 5-year MGP pick of Old Scout.
Dude, I just tasted this for the first time tonight, guys, and this is a really, really interesting and very good rye.
It's a good rye. I'm going to grab some more of this rye.
Thrasher.
Yeah, Thrasher. Awesome.
Cheers to you. Congrats, man.
Congrats, buddy. That is so cool. All right. Well, let's do the, let's see. Which one next?
You could do mine, the copper and cask.
So the copper and casks. We'll keep the MGP back to back. A 7-year MGP copper and cask bourbon.
36% rye on this one, but this thing is. I usually prefer 21%, but this one's a banger bottle. Oh, he's the perfect one. Some MGP. And he just did like copper and cask too, man. That
is awesome. Congrats, OH.
You're definitely gonna dig this one, man.
All right.
Let's do Hawk's giveaway. So Hawk is gonna do is it 4 or 5 of the Lucky 7s and then the 2 first bottles of Bardstown Bourbon Company.
Yep.
Man. Yep. Epic sample pack. Good luck, everybody. And Mark B.
Of course.
Oh, Jesus. Is he the one that wins all this stuff?
All the time.
Yes, he constantly wins. I don't know that
Every
the last 4 weeks. I think he's won at least something.
I don't think we've not said his name since Thanksgiving.
It's
pretty
pretty
sure.
crazy.
Congratulations, Mark. The luck continues. We warned everybody the moment he doubled down.
I know. We told him.
All right. Should we do Lance's flight and then the old Kirk?
Sure. Let's do it.
All right. This is for Lance's flight. He put in a bunch of epic pours. I don't quite remember all of them. It was four roses. We just added the stag. But there was some good pours. We'll pull that up here. But thank you so much, Lance, for contributing here tonight. That's amazing. And he's about to share some really good whiskey with
Ryan
Copperwolf.
There you go. Cheers, bud.
Congrats, buddy. That is awesome. All right. It's time for an old Kirk.
Heck yeah. Good luck, everybody. This is one of my favorite old Kirk picks, too. So
Is it 6 year?
These old Kirk.
6 years, 9 months.
6 year, 9 months.
Paul P. Ooh, he's getting a little hot.
Spin that thing again. This thing was rigged. Spin it again.
All right. I'm sorry, Paul, but we got to spin it again.
Exactly.
Congratulations, Paul. Hot hand for you, too. That's awesome. And the old Kirk, too, if you're not familiar, is Willet single barrels, too. So it's a Willet 6 year.
It is a Willet, basically almost 7 year purple top. So,
yeah. Ooh, those are good. All right, guys. Are we ready for a reveal?
Yeah.
I am ready. And I'm going to re-pour what I haven't drank yet so that I can try them again after I know.
This will be interesting.
So before I open the envelope, B is in last place with 5 points. C is in third place with 10 points. A is in second place with 11 points. And our winner, pretty much a runaway winner, is D with 14 points.
Hard truth for the win.
Come on, Darrell, don't spoil the envelope seal here.
No, I didn't spoil anything. You haven't opened it yet.
If it is that's pretty epic, man. All right, here we go.
Do the last place first.
All right, so last place.
Is it roses?
4 roses.
Is it roses?
Oh my gosh, it is the 4 roses.
Dude, I
it was coming across as that. That's kind of what it was.
I freaking knew it.
B was
not
the
on
four
nose.
roses?
Not on a nose.
Oh my gosh,
No.
B. So B, our last place. It got 5 points. It was last place for 3 of the 4 of us, and then Kelsey had it second to last place. Is the 4 Roses 135th LE?
Really?
4 Roses cannot blind. Oh my gosh.
No, this was the thing. We were just talking about this. This is the problem with that. Like man, the one I had the other night felt much more like oaky. There was a lingering oak. This just did not have that, but it felt 4 Roses. Yeah, sure.
And if I remember right, B was the one that when we went back to it that one time had so much dill note, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a nose.
Yeah.
On a nose.
Yeah,
That's weird.
That blows me away, dude.
Palate
I
is
can't believe this.
palate is for me what the bottle I remember tasting, but the nose is just drastically different coming off of everything else. But you get all the age, you get all the oak on the palate. You know, it's nice.
Yeah.
But that proof sets it like if LEs were like 125 proof, you know what I mean? They would probably be ridiculous. But when everything else is 115 to 120 something.
Plus the one thing I'll say about 4 Roses is they just don't have it's more of an elegant kind of bourbon. It doesn't have those big, bold, like rich, heavy notes of one way or the other oftentimes. You know?
Ethan, y'all are broken. Dude, like
hey, here's the thing, Todd. I can call Brett right now on his cell phone, and I guarantee you he would come on. He's not like that, bro. He's not like that.
What's the proof on this?
Darrell's got it. What is it?
108.
108.
108. So I was convincing myself it was the Jack 12. I obviously didn't memorize the bracket, but that was what I was thinking it was when I was like, I think I know what this might be. Because I don't know, it just came across that way.
It was vibe, Jack vibe, but I thought 4 Roses.
Man.
Because I actually just had this with who did I pour? I poured it for somebody. Might have been JSL's. I forget who I gave a sample to recently. But I just had that recently. And as soon as I tasted it, not nose it, I didn't know what the heck it was off the nose. Made me think that. So I know the last three. I still don't know what the heck A is in that bracket.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So
C. I know what this is.
C. This is the one that was kind of a tell.
God, yeah, the nose is just you can't hide
I
it.
love the nose
So,
on this thing. I love the nose on this thing.
Scott, let me know if you've had this before. Well, I don't think you've had this actually. This exact pour. This is batch 2 of the Hard Truth caramel malt. So this is the caramel malt rye, batch 2.
I know you tried it when we did the pick. I just don't know if it was batch 1 or batch 2.
Better, Jeff.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
See, save a little bit of yours then and do a comparison after this.
All right.
I've got some, but man, that was
this is
had
batch
a lot of
2?
that sweetness to it.
Yeah, this is batch 2 that we're tasting.
I threw batch 2 in.
Oh, because batch 1 was the one that we put through, but you said batch 2 was better anyway.
I'm gonna taste that.
I snuck batch 2 in, so I did it off of my word versus off of your guys'
Well, I can tell you the noses were almost identical because I knew what that was exactly as soon as I nosed it.
It's pretty distinct, but I'm going to save mine and do a little comparison after this too.
I got a little bit of that too. I can actually grab it while we're doing that. So I know both of the Hard Truths were in the damn flight. Those are the only two I really knew that were in the same thing. So, God, dude, that freaking single barrel. Oh,
see, I had this one as my second favorite on the palate. I had that as my second favorite C.
Isn't that good? I can't wait till this gets older. And if they let people do single barrels of the caramel malt, like, oh my god,
yeah, that was fantastic.
See, the batch 2 is better on the nose. Let's see if it's better on the palate.
Oh, man, I said we do it later. He's like, nah, I'm doing it now.
I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
All right, there's batch 1. Batch 2. Okay, Jeff, you're right. I'm sorry. Batch 2 is better.
I think it's got some older stuff in it. I think as you
it's
the
richer.
3-year versus the 2-year. Yeah, it's richer.
It's richer in flavor and profile and nose, to be honest with you, all around.
Validation.
Still, the crazy thing is those ages and what they're doing with that flavor profile is ridiculous,
man. It's absolutely ridiculously how good that stuff is. It's crazy.
I can't wait to taste their bourbons and see how those things are gonna be.
I mean,
Lance,
Darrell already knows where this is going.
Yeah.
Lance, if you can put in the comments just what you're putting out so that I can remember what it is and write it down to what you're offering up, that would be great. If you can put that in the chat.
Dude, I'm just very curious what A is because that's the one that I don't know.
So,
all right.
I think I know exactly what it is.
You know what A is?
I think so.
What do you think?
I think it's a Knob Creek pick.
It is a Knob Creek pick.
Oh, so Beam Tack.
It
is right. This is the Beam Tack, and I think this is one of the best Knob Creek picks I've ever had. But man,
I totally agree. Thanks to and shout out to Big Vic.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
For getting us those Knob Creek picks out of California, dude. That is by far one of the best Knob Creek picks I've ever tasted. Here's the thing. That was probably the most center of the lane you can get is when it comes to bourbon to me. That pick. Like, it's just everything that you want, like in a bourbon, to be like right down the middle of the road.
What the thing I thought like immediately when I nosed it was this thing smells identical to like being in a rick house. Like when you first walk in, it's cool. You're not blown away by it yet, but you're getting that rick house feel. This is exactly what it smelled like to me.
Dude, yeah, the nose on that is just killer. That was my number one for nose. It was, I don't want to say
number one for me, both.
Second for palate. Like the palate's fantastic, but what just mind boggles me is how good this other stuff is that's like so young, especially like this damn single barrel for D.
Yeah, I mean, think about what we just compared that Hard Truth pick to.
Yeah, I know the friggin' Four Roses, like, dude, has 25-year-old stuff in it.
Yeah,
and this 9-year pick is better than that. Well, like give or take, right? Like in different settings, it may be.
I can't find the exact bottle, but our first place here that beat Four Roses 135th LE. It beat this Knob Creek single barrel that was a darling.
Yeah.
It's a Hard Truth single barrel.
Really?
This is the one we got when we were with you, Scott. This is the
That's-
one that they were selling in the gift shop at the time.
Yeah.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
fucking killer, dude. It is so killer.
That was
That
my
is
number
crazy.
one whiskey of the year.
3 years. That was Durrell's whiskey of the year too.
3-year-old rye.
It's so silly.
Took
Like-
down Four Roses LE, a 9-year Knob Creek pick, another Hard Truth that was really, really, really good.
Man, that's an epic
Caramel
flight.
malt.
So us three had it as first. Scott had it as
Yeah.
third.
Yeah.
So you had the Knob Creek
So,
Beam Tack
Thank
as
you,
your
Lance.
first, Scott.
That's
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. I mean, it's just that, man, just that straight like bourbon profile. I love that.
Straight conventional. I got that right on the nose. It came across older on the nose. That's like I said, that's the one I couldn't figure out what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
But just straight bourbon. You knew it wasn't finished. Old Rick
No.
House, just
Yeah.
funky vanilla. Just
Yep.
and this actually smelled better during this blind than I do remember like ever just pouring it here. And like I have the bottle, but I don't remember it kind of coming off that way.
man.
so Lance is sending Copper Wolf. He's already got his info, so he's going to send him. This is what he won. 4 Roses 135th, which we just tasted. Stag Batch 15, EC BP C923, and
And
Blanton's
it's
straight from
bland.
the barrel.
Jeez. Yeah,
Four
that's-
Roses, 135th. Who wants that trash?
Right.
All right, let me ask you guys this. So we know like how difficult it is to get. I was just at a restaurant Friday night with my wife. They had 135th. I had not had it before, so Friday was the first time I had ever had it. What do you think they were charging per ounce for it?
For Hard Truth?
No.
No,
Four
for
Roses,
the-
Four
135th.
Roses?
Yeah.
150. $135.
I hope not that
80
much.
$80 a pour.
I hope it was under 50.
For the Four Roses 135th per ounce, $13.
Oh my God.
Holy
I told-
cow.
$13. I told that lady as quickly as she could, just go get it and bring it back.
I would have had a flask under the table,
That's-
just asking for more.
man.
I
pours.
would have asked if I could buy
So
the rest of the
Durrell
bottle.
buys the whole bottle.
I know they won't sell me the whole bottle, but trust me, Durrell, I was thinking the same exact thing. Like I could just go there and just have them pour a bunch of ounces, line them up, and then just take them back over and just pour them back in.
Oh my God.
And then on my way out, I'll be like, before you throw that bottle out, how about you just hand it over to me?
So, Jeff, was that the order of what our flight was by any chance?
So I printed out these forms for Dana that you can see.
Oh, so
here.
you randomized them.
And then she wrote in the letters because she randomized them. Yep.
Yep.
Now,
Okay.
what I didn't know, I tried to mix it up the best I could. So the last time, Scott, we had Dana randomize something for us. We asked her to randomize the Kelvin series,
Yeah.
and she had to randomize them. So we had Kelvin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
She made 1A, 2B, 3C, 4D, and 5E.
It worked for us because we thought it was randomized.
So
Yeah.
when I asked her to do this, I was like, I don't know what I'm asking myself for. So I don't know if she actually randomized them or if she put the bottles in the order that I had them, but I purposely put these in a different order just to make sure she did randomize.
Yeah.
He made me do this when I was about to go to sleep.
Jeffrey was the security blanket. He was like, I'm just gonna be my own randomizer. Yeah.
Guys,
I asked her to do this at 11 o'clock because she totally cursed me out. Like, I was napping, you a-hole.
sounds about right. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out tonight. We got 58 people left in here. It's 15 after the hour. Want to make sure that you guys head over to Jason's. I'm going to watch him as well. He's doing a great interview tonight with the barrel maker and stuff from JD. So make sure you catch that. Scott, as always, dude, fabulous time hanging out with you.
Thanks,
Love
guys. Appreciate you having me on. Thank you very much. Appreciate
so much a pleasure. Make sure you guys go check out his page. And I know the latest review that he's going to give is the Green River Rye. So make sure you guys check that out when he launches that. Scott, you want to tell them what time you normally stream and where they can find you?
Usually Tuesday nights, 8 Eastern, and anywhere. My Bourbon Journey, YouTube, Instagram. Those two are probably the two that I use the most. But that's where you can find me if anybody ever has any questions. My Bourbon Journey 01@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out anytime. Appreciate it, guys.
Darrell, why don't you lead us off here and sign off, and then we'll get to Jeff, and then I'll finish.
Oh man, it's literally just blind in those 2 caramel malts, and holy crap.
Which one won?
The second batch.
See, I didn't steer us wrong.
It's noticeably different and better. Just richer and darker. And
by the way, you need to get me one of those, Jeffrey.
Good.
Batch 2.
I'll keep an eye out. I'll keep an eye out. We'll talk later.
Okay.
But yeah, guys, the Whiskey Saint on IG, and literally just hello again, Whiskey Friends here on YouTube, man. Every Wednesday, 8:00 Eastern.
All right.
Jeffrey?
Everybody, thank you so much for joining tonight. Thank you for contributing on every comment, super chat. Scott and Lance for donating a bit more, giving us more winners, sharing more of the love around the community. Love it. What an epic night. And we are going to have some fun the next 4 weeks continuing this tournament. Kelsey.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks to everybody who contributed on Super Chats. We'll get your bottles out to you and your flights out to you. We'll get Scott will get you the info for the person who won your flight. Guys, make sure you head over to Jason's. Watch out for that. And then this Friday coming out for me, I am going to be doing a review of the Blue Corn Bourbon from Still Austin. Great bottle. If you see it out, don't hesitate. Sure. It's a great bottle. Thank you guys so much for joining, and we will see you here next week, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern with Toshi Bake next week. So make sure you tune in. All right. Cheers.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, everybody. And I'm going to thumbs up without a little thing bubbling above my head. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.
Jeff, just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello.